Welcome to our first ever ABUGames.com feature match with commentary. We're bringing you our StarCityGames Invitational Qualifier held on June 16th. I am Derek Peterson, joined by
Matt Hibbard
of ABUGames.com. As we have our final match here, we have Bryan on the right, and then Paul on the left. Bryan is playing a blue-white Delver, while Paul is playing black-white tokens.
Should be a good matchup.
Hope so. This is the second time they've played today. They played in the Swiss portion. This is them meeting back up in the finals. Paul took that match earlier. As we see, it looks like Bryan immediately decides to go for a mulligan here. Did not like that 7. Hopefully get a better 6.
2 lands. I don't know if I would ship that hand if I was Paul. I might keep that.
Looks like Paul might be thinking it over. Oh, decides he would also like to ship that. So both players will be starting at 6. One of the things that we've been discussing here with Blue-White Delver is that one of the prominent cards in this deck, Snapcaster Mage, has been rumored possibly coming up on their banning from Standard here this upcoming week. What kind of effect on Standard would you see that having?
I don't know. My stance has always been that yes, it's a really good card, but first of all, I don't think it will be or should be banned, frankly.
Okay.
I don't think if it does get banned, that'll affect the format too much, though.
It might not affect our local store format, because we don't really see as much Delvers as you see at the higher tournaments, but if you look at it like the Star City Games or Pro Tour events, you do see quite a bit of Delver, sometimes taking up a vast majority of the top 8. So I think some people are clamoring for something different, as we see both players go to 6.
Do you think this is going to be, or the Delver's the new Cobblade?
I feel like they've created a format in Standard where every year there's always a best deck, or at least a deck that seems to show up in enough numbers to really win the most.
Yeah, I don't see that. I see that happening regardless. They can't just ban any card because of that happening.
True. Because we have a turn 1 Delver for Bryan. Gather the townsfolk from Paul. Passes the turn to Bryan. Bryan reveals Vapor Snag, flipping that Delver. One of the best plays Delver loves to see is a turn 2 3/2 flyer. Swings for 3, setting Paul to 17. Ponder from Bryan. See Mana Leak, Delver 2. Another card didn't quite catch. Puts him back in the order of his choosing. Draws for turn. Or, excuse me, draws for the Ponder. Plays Moorland Haunt. Moorland Haunt.
Moorland Haunt.
You might have to forgive us if we make not the best on this. We're not professionals. We're first-time effort. Goes to Oblivion Ring, the Delver. No more 3/2 flyer for Bryan. And attacks to 2, setting Bryan to 18. And 2 tokens. There's the second Delver from Bryan as he passes the turn after that. No third land.
I have a feeling this is going to be a quick matchup. This match.
Well, this game.
This game inside the match. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, with Honor of the Period, it could, because it sends Bryan already down to 14. Second, Gather the Townsfolk. This is not good for Bryan, as he's pretty low on land. Bryan's already playing ahead, revealing the Mana Leak to transform the Delver. Swings for 3 more, setting Paul to 14. Both players at 14 now. Sends the turn back to Paul. Paul with 2 Vault of the Archangels, but no black mana to activate any of them, so they're effectively just tapping for colorless at this point. Brings all of them in, so he's attacking for 8 here. Bryan's mulling over his decisions. Vapor snags one of the tokens, sends Paul to 13. And then taps 1 more. Let's see here. Well, I believe that's Dismember, paying the 4 life to kill the 2/2 token. Taking him to 10, and then taking 4 more, which sends Bryan down to 6. Second main phase, looks like we have a Lingering Souls. Not the best position for Bryan as he reveals the Mana Leak, and that's enough. He just decides he cannot deal with that onslaught. Alright, we're going to have both players go to game 2.